Hi everyone. Okay, so basically what I have here is the Jimny idler bearing. It seems to be a problem some of the Jimnys at some point of time, and yeah, I had to take it off to replace it, and I found that it was quite expensive to replace it as a unit. And then I decided to remove it from the Jimny itself, and this is more or less what it looks like. I've decided that the bearing is basically a bearing, and that you can actually take it apart and basically only remove the bearing part from the whole assembly. So this is exactly what I've done. So it came apart as three parts. So you've got the outer race that fits over the bearing part, and then you've got this inner insert that basically goes on there, fits on there. So from the other side around, basically looks like this, and this outer part goes on top of it, and then it's assembled as one unit. So I've taken it apart by basically, as you can see, by it came off and apart quite easily. There was really no need for any serious force or even a hydraulic press to press the parts apart from each other. So what I've done was, while these two parts were still all together, I've decided to take out this part first, and that I did by basically just suspending this part in the open jaws of a vise. So the vise jaws just covered those edges of the outer ring, so it was right on top of the vise, basically. So in the jaws, basically, I didn't grab it in the jaws. I just put it right on top of the two jaws, so that the jaw parts just touch those outer edges. And then I took a little dowel, and you can probably take a socket and and just put it right on there when it's seated like I've explained on the jaws of the vise. And you can just lightly tap it and it will come out quite easily. What I've done though before that was I actually did clean the inner side of this race, or this bearing race here, the outer side, from all the dust, and then I sprayed a little bit of penetrating oil right into that little kind of chamfered edge here of the bearing while it was still like that. And then I just tapped the inside out without damaging this dust cover, which is a little thin plated kind of thing that is also just pressed over this unit here. So that is what I did. There's absolutely no damage to the dust cover, which I wanted to prevent at all cost. And I will tap it slightly. It's just tapped over. I will tap it slightly back onto the black part, just to seat it nicely again, because I saw there is a little bit of a small gap over there. There's a small gap right over there, but that is just the way this part is shaped. But it can go back ever so slightly close towards the bearing. So once this was out, this was still intact. The bearing was still inside of that outer race on which the belt runs. And basically what I did is I also sprayed on this outer edge a little bit of penetrating oil and left it in the sun for a short while, just to give it a little bit of heat. I don't know if that actually did make a difference. And then I've placed the bearing over these two basically slabs of lead. This is lead, just like that, and it will give away if you hammer on it. And I took a metal dowel and I've placed it on the one edge like that. I just tapped it, and then on this edge like that, tapped it on that side, and it did actually form a slight groove there, and also on that side in this lead. So there was no damage at all. This is still two hard metal parts. And yeah, I just broke the seal with the bearing seated inside that. So it was actually same procedure in the vise, having the vise jaws just hang, this bearing basically just hang upside down in the vise. And I just once again tapped on the two sides where the vise jaws was basically just seating on that outer race, and it tapped on that side and tapped on this side with the jaws like this, and it came out quite easily as well. So this is how I disassembled it. So there was absolutely no damage done to any of the parts. I'm not going to spend much more time on trying to clean it. I think it's good as it is. And basically, yeah, I will just do the reverse to make sure that I can get it back into one piece.